Have you ever wondered what truly happens in those crucial seconds between pressing your computer's power button and seeing your operating system load? For decades, a very basic software called BIOS handled this process. But the tech world has moved on, and a modern, powerful successor has emerged, UEFI. Today, we're going to decode this hidden software, explaining why it matters and how it shapes your everyday computing experience. So, what exactly is UEFI? It stands for Unified Extensible Firmware Interface, quite a mouthful. Think of your computer like a massive, high-tech office building. Your operating system, be it Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, is the CEO. The hardware, your processor, RAM, hard drive, these are the employees. When you turn on the power, the CEO isn't in the building yet. Someone needs to unlock the doors, turn on the lights, and get everyone ready. That's UEFI. It's the office manager, the very first program that runs, waking up all the hardware and preparing the environment for the operating system to take over. Crucially, it's firmware, meaning it's permanent software embedded directly into your motherboard's memory. To really appreciate UEFI, we first need to understand what came before it: BIOS, or Basic Input-Output System. Born in the 1970s, BIOS was a dinosaur by modern standards. It ran in a slow, 16-bit mode, accessing very little memory during startup. This limited its capabilities significantly, most notably restricting it from booting off any hard drives larger than 2.2 terabytes, a huge problem as storage capacities grew. And let's not forget the interface, a stark, pixelated blue screen with text you navigated purely with your keyboard, like something out of a vintage hacker movie. UEFI was developed to solve these critical bottlenecks. Let's look at a quick comparison. Unlike the text-only, keyboard-driven BIOS, UEFI offers a modern, graphical interface with full mouse support. Boot speed is dramatically improved. BIOS initializes components one by one, while UEFI initializes them in parallel, making startup much faster. Drive support is where UEFI truly shines, capable of handling storage up to 9 zettabytes, compared to BIOS's 2.2 terabyte limit. And perhaps most importantly, UEFI introduces robust security features like Secure Boot, which BIOS simply didn't have. So, how does UEFI actually benefit you, the average user? First up, speed. If you've ever marveled at how quickly your modern PC boots up, you can thank UEFI. Where the old BIOS method would check each hardware component sequentially, RAM, then keyboard, then mouse, UEFI is far more intelligent. It can check multiple components simultaneously in parallel. This significantly contributes to the fast startup feature in Windows, helping your PC go from off to fully operational in a matter of seconds, not minutes. Next, let's talk about storage. This might sound a bit technical, but it's incredibly important. Legacy BIOS used an older partitioning style called MBR, or Master Boot Record. MBR had strict limits. It could only handle 4 primary partitions and couldn't boot from hard drives larger than 2.2 terabytes. UEFI, on the other hand, utilizes the GUID partition table, or GPT. GPT supports drives so massive we haven't even invented them yet, and allows for 128 partitions on a Windows system. If you've bought a modern 4 terabyte hard drive, for example, it simply wouldn't be fully usable without UEFI. Finally, and perhaps most crucially for security, UEFI introduced Secure Boot. In the days of BIOS, a malicious program called a rootkit could inject itself into the very first stages of your computer's startup, loading before your operating system and even before your antivirus software. This made it virtually undetectable. Secure Boot changes everything. It acts like a digital bouncer, requiring that any operating system or bootloader attempting to start your PC has a valid digital signature, like an ID badge. If a piece of malware tries to sneak in an unsigned bootloader, UEFI blocks it immediately, providing a much safer, more trusted boot environment. Occasionally, you might need to access your UEFI settings, perhaps to change the boot order to install Windows from a USB drive, or to tweak fan speeds or overclock your CPU. Because UEFI boots so incredibly fast, the old method of frantically mashing F2 or delete the second you hit the power button often doesn't work anymore. The modern way, especially for Windows 10 and 11, is through the operating system itself. You simply go to Start, Settings, Update and Security, or System in Win 11, Recovery, and under Advanced Startup, click Restart Now. From the blue menu that appears, you can navigate to Troubleshoot, Advanced Options, UEFI Firmware Settings. In conclusion, UEFI isn't just a prettier, more modern version of BIOS. It represents a fundamental architectural shift. It's the silent engine room, working behind the scenes, ensuring that our computers are faster, more secure, and capable of handling all the advanced hardware we use today. While you might not interact with it directly very often, UEFI is the critical foundation that makes your entire digital world come to life, exactly as it's supposed to, every time you press that power button.